Learning from the past, skilled for the future is a training programme that we're running between 2011 and 2015. All the trainees get to work at either the Museum of East Anglia Life in Suffolk or at Gressenhall Farm and Workhouse in Norfolk. And the programme is funded by the Heritage Lottery Fund and the Arts Council. This is a unique opportunity. Trainees get to work at many different heritage sites, work alongside experts in their field. They get to do qualifications, and they also get to be part of a team for the time that they're with us. We're now 3 years into the project, and a number of trainees have left us, and about 70% of those have gone on to employment in their specialist chosen field.
Hi, this is a short film about skills for the future. It's a programme being delivered from two museums, which is Gressenhall Farm and Workhouse and Museum of East Anglia Life.
The project is funded by the Heritage Lottery Fund and aims to deliver a range of traditional and heritage skills, so please enjoy what we've been doing so far.
Yeah, it all started when I was unemployed, long-term unemployed, and went to volunteer at a local museum, and was said there was a lottery funding job there for steam engineer. Never thought about doing steam, never had an interest in trains, but always in engineering. Got the job and came to Norfolk Railway for a year, 1 day a week, and done well, picked it up quick, seemed to have the attitude and the ability, and they offered me a full-time job, and it's just changed my life totally. Got a decent salary and prospects of going up as well, and secure, and I can work here until all my days are done. I mean, some of the volunteers here, they're so jealous of what I do, you know, what my job is, and I came from a background with nothing to do with trains and not as much knowledge, and ended up being at the sharp end of the steam industry, where there aren't many people employed, so I'm just so lucky to get the opportunity and the job. So, thanks to the lottery.
Before I started this traineeship, I wasn't unskilled, but coming out of university I had a degree and not a lot of practical relevant experience that I could get myself into a job. And this traineeship at Gressenhall has given me a vast amount of skills and experience that I can now take on with qualifications that I've gained through this. So I've got my chainsaw tickets, my tractor driving, pesticides, I've got too many to remember really. And everything that I've gained through that, along with the practical experience of doing it 5 days a week, I can now put forward to a job and will help me for the future.
So my first thought is really is that this is probably the first and only opportunity I'll ever get that I can see that I would ever be able to get into a traineeship like this. To me, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to do something I've always wanted, which was work on steam trains.
I was really surprised at the level of responsibility that I was given, and I think that's really positive, because although the skills I learned practically have come in useful, knowing how to manage an entire project from start to finish is going to be phenomenally helpful, particularly for applying for future jobs with a lot more responsibility. So I always had the full back of my manager, knowing that she was there to help, but I was expected to be able to do it myself.
I would say that there's a really great level of responsibility that you get through doing the traineeships, and that you have a lot more of an opportunity to get really involved in how the museum is running. So lots of great training opportunities that you perhaps wouldn't get in a different setting.
Where you're going to place it straight. And now Becky, you come over this.
I was going to say, well, I was really excited about being offered this position. Now, having visited Peckover House, I'm even more excited about starting, and I want to get stuck in. I like the setting. I think the arrangement of the garden is just brilliant. It's just really gives you a sense of well-being, and I just really want to be in there working away. I mean, it's just such a lovely setting. It's such a lovely setting, and there's such a lot of history here as well. And to be part of that and to actually feel that you can make a difference and actually get yourself involved in that is a really exciting project.
The horses that we got here at Gressenhall, there's 5 Suffolk Punch horses, and they're all working horses as well. So to find somewhere with the Suffolk Punch breed, it's a dying sort of breed. It's pretty rare now. So to find somewhere where there's actually 5 of them and they're all working, it's been a great experience.
We always get told about by members of the public when they come that, oh, I haven't seen this in years, I've never seen this before, oh, it's great to see such young people doing it again. Like with the horseshoeing, we do a lot of hedge laying out in the farm, green woodworking, just all these really nice heritage skills that just don't get put on show, and if they do, it's put on by fewer and fewer people and less often. So it is a really good feeling when, like Alex said, with the crowds, when you draw a lot of people in on the things that you're doing, and you get fantastic response from them, and that's something that's really, really good and rewarding from this experience. And I don't think you get it from very few places, and certainly not one like Gressenhall.
When I was approached to be part of this programme, I was really excited. Being part of a trainee scheme to train heritage gardeners is quite dear to my heart. We're very concerned about possible low level of skills in heritage gardens, so to be part of this programme and train people for the future was a fantastic opportunity. There are concerns about the skills that gardeners have. Some gardeners come out of college and maybe have a lot of academic knowledge but no real practical experience of the gardening tasks that they are required to perform in their jobs. So by doing this practical training scheme, we are certainly equipping these students very, very well indeed for the future.
Yeah, definitely working at Gressenhall has opened a lot of doors for me, really. Working in the forge, it was primarily just shoemaking, but then I'd find a lot of people would come in, they'd ask me, do I make anything else? 'Cause when you're in there, people just assume you're a blacksmith, and I had to explain to them that I do a lot of work, mainly working with the horses, so it was all just shoemaking. So it kind of gave me that sort of inspiration to maybe try making something else. See if these skills that I've learned making horseshoes, does that then correlate into, can I then use that to do something else? And I actually found that I could. I took an interest in furniture, artistic blacksmith sort of work. There's all different. I've got a range of sort of things for around the house, but things that I've actually needed, and I've thought rather than go out and buy it, I can go out and make it, which is it's a great skill to have. You think of an idea. I'm still doing it now. Even today, I'll probably go and do something else tonight once I've finished. What other work I'll do. I'll go home and I'll come up with something else. But it's actually I've got to the stage now where I've got quite a lot of items, and I've made a kind of portfolio for myself, and it's been the sort of hobby sort of side to the trade, because I'm still working as a farrier every day. But it just means I've got to that stage now where I can maybe make a business from it and start selling these items as well. So it's kind of it's opened up a lot of doors for me, and it's given me the opportunity to, as well as learning one sort of trade, I'm taking the time, my own time, to learn something else, and then hopefully eventually be successful with that. It's allowed me to get involved in the sort of farrier sort of industry, which is quite hard to get involved in anyway. But it gave me the opportunity to, shoe the horses here, the Suffolk Punch horses here, which are all working horses, and it also gave me the opportunity to work in a traditional sort of forge, which is up on the main site, and working in the forge as well, and also demonstrating to the public and to the children that come in and who are really interested, and it kind of gives you that sort of, you want to show them, and you want to teach them, and you want to, the things that even though you are only learning yourself, but you actually you know, you're teaching other people, even if it's just, you know, just showing them what you're doing. But you know, it's kind of nice to be, you know, one side of the job you're learning it, and the other side, you know, you're showing it to people who've probably never seen it in their lives before. So that's quite interesting.
You always split away from yourself, so if you miss and it bounces, the bill hook doesn't hit you, it goes that way.
It's nice to have a sort of job, or not necessarily a job, or a trade that people are then actually showing interest in, and you can actually, you know, when we're working, especially in the summer months, and you've got a lot of people here, you know, you get a big crowd sort of watching what you're doing, and it's, you know, that feels good.
Yeah.
To me it feels good, especially, you know, you're in the courtyard, you're making shoes, and you get a big crowd around you. You think, you know, what I'm doing is actually really interesting, you know, you're not thinking, no, I'm just sitting behind a computer or something like that. You've actually, you know, you've got a skill that someone actually wants to see you doing something, you're doing something with it, which is, it's a good buzz, really.
So, if you had to pick a sentence to describe your whole experience of your traineeship, what do you think you'd say?
I would say that it's been incredibly enjoyable, it's been greatly varied, and I feel that it has greatly enhanced my future prospects of a career.
I would definitely agree that, you know, the variety, it's constantly challenging you and pushing you to keep doing something and to really pursue something that you love by really immersing yourself in it.
I think for me it was about confidence. By doing the practical things that I was never sure about but I learned theoretically, I felt like I could make those choices for myself now. By the end of my traineeship, I could decide to do something and justify why I decided to do it that way, and that was really important.
So how would you sum up your experience here at Gressenhall?
Well, it's just been such a fantastic and unique experience that I'm almost adamant that will one day help me get a career in something that I'm truly passionate about now. So, how about you?
Yeah, it's been a great experience. 14 months kind of went by in a flash. There was that many things going on, but I think it's been, you know, it's definitely been a learning sort of curve. Learning, you know, both sides of the job. But yeah, you know, I couldn't have.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better.
No.
Yeah.
We're now in the last year of this programme. As you've heard from some of the trainees, it's enabled them to develop practical, rural and traditional skills and is leading them into employment. So we'd very much like to do some more of this in the future, to offer more people the opportunity to train in this unique way and to give them the transforming opportunity of this programme.